Guys, this is God's Gossip. Welcome back to another video, and today we're in the international break, guys, and I absolutely hate it. I don't know about you guys, but I can't think of anything worse than 2 weeks of no Premier League football. It's absolutely awful. We have to watch England on the TV play against teams like Albania. Like, why? Why? So I thought, at least, although we can't have Premier League football back on our screens right now, I'll bring it to you guys with my Premier League team of the season so far. Just before we get started into this video then, can you subscribe if you're new? Let's try and get to 500 subscribers by Christmas. That would be a great achievement. Also, like down below. It's Premier League content, so let's go for 15 likes. Big like target, but also follow all my social medias. They'll, of course, be linked in the description. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So, goalkeeper. This is out of 2 for me. Aaron Ramsdale, who of course has come in and done excellently for Arsenal. No one can dispute that. One of his saves against Maddison for the Leicester game was breathtaking, really, and I think all goalkeepers were really proud of that, though. But for my pick, it's got to be Edouard Mendy. I think Edouard Mendy has kept Chelsea so many clean sheets this season, and also has prevented them from actually losing games and saved them points. I remember one game, Brentford away, it was a 1-0 win when Brentford were really on the up, and he made a few fantastic saves that pretty much kept them in the game, and if he wasn't there, they would have lost. So Mendy, he's in goal. Left back then, if you've been watching Man City recently, you would know that Cancelo is being a revelation down that left-hand side. He can play right back, but as he did in the Manchester derby, he can also provide assists, goals, everything from left back. One of his crosses for Bernardo Silva in that game, I know it was poor defending by Shaw and Maguire, but that quality of ball into Bernardo Silva was absolutely sublime, and that is why Cancelo is simply going in at left back. He was a bit questionable during his early days at Man City, but since then he's picked up and he's turned into one of the best fullbacks in the league, and if not the world. My first centre-back then, I know they just lost 3-2 to West Ham, which is a brilliant result for West Ham. It's Virgil Van Dyke. Even in that game when Liverpool's defence was falling apart, Robertson was very poor, Van Dyke just never seems to really impress me that how good he is. I mean, players just come up against him on one-on-ones and they pretty much know they're not going to beat him. Like Antonio, he wasn't even trying to go round him. He was trying to go to the left-hand side of him because he knows that Virgil van Dijk is too strong. You can't take him on the outside. He just out-muscles you. His football brain is way too good, and he's established himself over the past couple of years as one of the best centre-backs in the world, and if not the best. He makes everyone look brilliant alongside him. Joel Matip is a good defender. However, he's making him look exceptional at the back there. And them two are being a revelation for Liverpool so far this season. My other centre-back then, he's also being a revelation this season. I'm liking the word revelation. I'm using it quite a lot in the early stage of this video. Anthony Rudiger. Now, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be a bit worried. Antonio Rudiger's contract runs out in the summer. This would be very worrying if I was Abramovich, Tuchel, as I said, a Chelsea fan. Because this man is a revelation. I'm saying it again, guys. A revelation. He's been exceptional at the back for Chelsea. So quick and powerful. And he was sublime in their Champions League run last year too. I remember when he first came to Chelsea, he was a bit of a flop. He didn't really do much at all. However, now, no one can get past him. He's so quick. He's probably one of the quickest players at Chelsea. And in the league, probably. He is so quick, so strong. No one can get past him. And if you're coming up against Rudiger, just turn back and go the other way. There's no much point. Right back, probably one of my favourite players to watch in the league at the moment. Trent Alexander-Arnold. That free kick against West Ham, the little one where he rolled it to Salah, he rolled it back. And a little curl round the wall. That was unbelievable by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And I know he is very unlucky with the England squad because we do have a lot of good right backs. Reece James, who's been playing very well also. Kyle Walker, him too. And he's actually getting the nod over Trent Alexander-Arnold at the moment, Kyle Walker. I think because defensively, Trent lacks a bit and Kyle Walker is so strong in that department. But Trent's delivery, in that Champions League game against Atletico Madrid, he provided 2 on-the-point balls to Mane and Jota, and I don't know how he gets that kind of accuracy on it. We're playing 4-2-3-1, so one of the first CDMs can only be one man, another Englishman in the form of Declan Rice. Now, he's speechless how good of a season Declan Rice is having. I think David Moyes said that maybe a year or so ago. He said that 100 million for Declan Rice, and that would probably prize him away from West Ham. But he's recently come out and said that would be a bargain. And I'm not sure about it being a bargain, but I think you'd have to pay more for Declan Rice right now. He controls games. He dictates it from the central midfield. He's even adding goals to his games. One against Villa. He's also, when Mark Noble's not playing, he also sometimes takes penalties. This guy is insane, and England are so lucky to have him. I think we even saw in the Euros how good of a season he was going to have with West Ham. Because especially in that final, he was our best player by a mile, and he dictates what West Ham do right now. And if he falls off in form, I think West Ham will too. My other centre mid then, and a player that everyone's talking about at the moment, because you just can't stop talking about him. He's playing so well for Crystal Palace in the centre of the park. It's Conor Gallagher. Now, this player is a prime example about the loan system. He's been on loan to West Brom. He's now on loan to Crystal Palace. He's a Chelsea player, for God's sake. And he's ripping it up for Palace. Under Vieira, he's like an animal. He's tearing it apart. He's getting goals. He's getting assists. I think he's got around 3 Premier League goals this season. A couple against West Ham. 1 on the weekend against Wolves. And as I said, this player is exceeding expectations under Patrick Vieira. I loved Conor Gallagher's celebration as well with his brother. I didn't actually know it was his brother, but I don't know if you've seen it. There's like a skill in Sunday League, I think, or non-league, where some guy, defender, is running out from the back and he just like turns around randomly, and that's actually Conor Gallagher's brother. Unbelievable. And he did that celebration when he scored. He just ran around and ran to the corner flag. I thought that was brilliant. But yeah, Conor Gallagher is the second CDM, and on to the cap. Another player that wanted to leave in the summer. Now, if I'm a Man City fan, I'm thinking, how on earth would we actually consider letting this guy go? Bernardo Silva, he's arguably playing better than Kevin De Bruyne at the moment. This player he just goes on mazy runs. He works so hard for the team. He gets goals, he gets assists, he gets everything you could ask from an attacking midfielder. Pep Guardiola has notably turned so many players into better players, and this is another example of it. And he's turned Bernardo Silva into one of the best players in the league this season, if not the best. There was a goal where I think Foden scored it. It was away against Brighton, and he just went on a run where he started in his own half, and it ended up with a Foden goal. He's a different player this season, Bernardo Silva, and would have never thought him last season would turn into the player that he is right now, but I suppose we're all wrong sometimes. Left wing then, right, Emil Smith-Rowe, the only Arsenal player that's going into my team, okay? I had to restrict myself because there was a possibility Ramsdale could go into it. I'm not letting two. Obviously, it was either him or Mane. I think Mane had been very good, but I had to be Smith-Rowe in there. Just got a call up to the England setup, and him running with the ball is very, very good for Arsenal. Also very good for England. As I said, he's just got called up. He played with Foden in the under-16s, and now they're together in the senior squad. Incredible. He's adding goals to his game. He's adding assists to his game. I remember in the first couple of weeks of FPL, I had him in my side. But I was thinking, okay, I know he's a good player, but he's not getting any goals or assists. As soon as I take him out, he starts bagging goals or assists. Him and Saka on the wings are doing very well for Arsenal, and one of the reasons that they are picking up their form very well in the recent weeks. Smith-Rowe with goals against Aston Villa, Watford, Spurs. He's scoring this season, and he's making a difference for Arsenal, and if it weren't for him, Arsenal would be much lower down the table, that's for sure. On the right-hand side then, this wasn't even a question. Mo Blimmin Salah. Mo Salah has 100%. I think him and Bernardo Silva have been going toe-to-toe a bit for who's been the best player in the league this season. But I just, on that whole of the season, give it to Mo Salah. Now, a couple of goals he scored. One of them, Man City. You can't score a goal like that against Man City. He's gone past like 3 players, turned them all inside out, and just put it with his weak foot in the far corner. Wonderful finish. The same thing with Watford against Ben Foster. Ben Foster actually captained him for that game. That's how we knew he was going to score. And look what he did. He did the exact same thing. He runs past about 3 players. Cruyff turns it and whips it in on his far left foot. I mean, come on, guys. It's ridiculous. This player is arguably the best in the world at the moment. And I'd probably say he is. And I know he hasn't scored the last couple of games, but guys, come on. He's insane. Striker then to finish off the team. There's only one man really, isn't there? I mean, actually, no, you could argue Vardy. He's got quite a few goals this season. But you'd have to give it to Mikel Antonio. Now, I know he's dropped off a bit recently, similar to Salah. But he started off the season so strong. And although he is prone to injuries, he's actually kept injury-free so far this season. He can do everything you want a striker to do, apart from the assists and pass. He can dribble very well. He is strong. He also shrugs off defenders like there's no one. He's also very pacey. put him in behind and you virtually got a goal. He is such a threat for West Ham, and he's the only player that I've actually seen him give Van Dyke a little bit of an issue this season. He actually could have scored against Liverpool too. He was running for on goal and he just left the ball behind. I mean, you can't really blame him. I mean, you can, but you know what I mean. Actually, you probably don't. But yeah, guys, that's where I'm going to wrap up the video. If you've enjoyed this one, smash a massive like down below. As I said, can we get 15 likes on this video? It might be a bit too much, but guys, do your magic and try and go and hit that like button. Obviously, follow me on all my social medias. They'll be linked in the description. Subscribe if you're new. As I said, let's get up to 500 subscribers by the end of Christmas. And, boys, I like to say it is, but we've still got 2 weeks of this crap. International football. Premier League football will hopefully be back soon, and the international break will hopefully fly by because it's just boring, guys. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. It's boring. And let's bring back football now. Well, Premier League football. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you next time.